Yeah, Jeff, I just say, you know what, bud? I can't help you with that. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
resolutions.
Exactly. We're here today to, number one, go back in time and see if we achieved the resolutions that we set last year. And number two, to set some new resolutions for 2024, the year of the, what's the animal this year? I'm going to have to look. Year of the 2024, year of the dragon. Wait, that one says rabbit.
It says wood dragon too.
Dragon. Guess what? I was born the year of the dragon. So this is my year, people. Better look out.
The wood dragon.
I don't know what that means. Power, vigor, and charm. I was born the year of the dragon. Am I power, vigor, and charm? Do I have any of those things? Be honest. I'll take that as a yes. I've got lots of it. Jeff, are you ready to reflect, to go back and see if we have achieved the unachievable, which is usually all the goals that we set for ourselves?
I wish I was wearing that hat right now, though.
Yeah, Jeff, you know, last year, our main goal was more hats. I think we did achieve it at the beginning of the year.
I've been wearing this do-good hat a lot.
Now he's been wearing that hat. So maybe
usually when I get a hat I like, I wear the shit out of it.
That's true. Here we go. We are watching our video, and we will be responding if the internet cooperates. So my first resolution for 2023 is going to be a little bit more realistic with ourselves and our collection that we have, and maybe think about getting rid of or culling.
Wow.
I said a few. I'm talking. We did that.
No.
Jeff, we have called like 30 games when previously we would have called no games.
No, because it was called because of necessity.
Yeah, that's what sounds like I set the goal, because it was a necessity.
Not because you are trying to be better at culling, because you're still not good at it, because there's still a bunch of games we could cull.
However, am I not better?
Slightly.
Thank you. Goal achieved. Goal unlocked. Give me an A+.
Nah,
Send me home with a lollipop.
What's a passing grade? C? I'll give you a C. C-.
I give myself an
You
A+.
did just enough to get by.
Oh, Jeff.
My first one is to complete 3 campaigns to completion. And
we did one.
Complete 3 campaign games to completion.
We got 33.3333% of the way there.
So we did finish The Adventures of Robin Hood. We started Artisans of Splendid Vale.
Freelancers.
We
did Forgotten Waters.
We didn't finish it. We finished
yes, we
one
did.
thing. Okay, yeah.
Oh, no, we didn't.
No,
yes, we did.
We finished, like, our thing.
But we didn't go through the rest of the game.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we finished one. We started Artisans of Splendid Vale.
We started
Forgotten Waters,
many. Oathsworn.
Freelancers. Oathsworn. Undaunted. Battle of Britain.
Nope.
Stalingrad. I'm sure there's more. So did we try? Not really. But we did finish one. And one is better than none, because I believe the previous year, we didn't do any. So
I've given up on them.
They're so hard.
They are. And
who's got the time for a campaign game,
I know
honestly?
that, I've just honestly, and it's not like a negative thing. It's just we just can't do them.
We just can't do them.
You know,
as much as we want to.
And that's okay. It's just like, I have a bunch of them and I don't know what to do with them now.
Call that one a fail.
Resolution is to play more games more than once.
I'm
really bad for this.
I think we did that this year.
I think we did, yeah.
Now listen, just by the nature of having the channel and doing what we do, there are a lot of games that we are going to play once. Okay, we're just playing games. We're just out here playing games. Yep. You can't play. We played 444 different games this year. We can't play all of those over and over again. It's too many.
Yep.
Okay, although technically we did play 1,203, so in theory, we could have played all of them.
Yeah.
We
don't play a lot of games just one time.
No.
It does happen, though.
I don't know the exact number, but I do think that we got better at this year. We did not do a play your shelves challenge this year like we did last year, but I don't know. I feel in my heart like we did better. Whether or not we did, who's to say?
My next one is kind of a combo. I want to play Star Wars Rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to learn and play War of the Ring. I kind of bulk those because I think...
Okay, we did play Star Wars Rebellion.
We did.
And we freaking loved it.
It's incredible.
FYI. Freaking slice you with my lightsaber. We did not play War of the Ring.
I really, 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 really want someone to teach me that game.
Yeah, it's hard because, like, that's one of those games that it's like, I know it's probably hard to learn.
I know that it's probably going to be one of my favorite games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. That's my whole tattoo. I just don't want to learn it. Caveat. Kyle knows how to play it. And I was like, Kyle, can we play War of the Ring?
Our Kyle here?
Ohio Kyle.
Ohio Kyle.
I was like, Kyle, can we play that when I come down? And he said yes. And he promised me we would.
Classic.
Nick has also offered to teach me this game, but I just don't know when Nick's
coming
Mike
to visit us.
and I will be around each other
winter.
in order to sit down and actually learn and play this game.
Come
But
visit us this year. Good try though, Jeff.
So I just want to try.
I never
and
remember what these are.
Not get complacent
Either.
with the type of videos that we're doing and try some new things in 2023, and also focus on better B-roll. I feel like I've been getting.
Do you think my B-roll? It's hard for me to judge. Has my B-roll gotten better?
Yeah, definitely. I think you need.
Bada bing.
I mean, we have bought equipment to help you with it that you don't use.
I don't know how to use it.
But see, you don't make an effort to learn how to do
Who's
it.
got the time of day?
I mean, you do.
Yeah.
That's maybe why we cut out one video a week so that you can learn how to use some of this expensive friggin' equipment we've gotten.
So I did get, recently, I got like a little wheelie dolly thing that I can like, woo, and I use that for Villainous, which I think was pretty decent. I have 2 stabilizers, one for the phone and one for the camera that does like a sweeping motion, but like I don't know how to use them. Every time the camera's in it, it's like,
Maybe if Nick
that.
comes to visit, he can.
Nick, will you come to visit and do work for me, please?
And he can teach you.
That'd be great. Focus on better B-roll.
I think you did achieve that, but there's still way more you can do.
Yeah, I would agree with that, 100%.
I wouldn't say this is a want. This is like a need.
Ooh.
I need to pay more.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I started the year off really well.
Yep, you had a weekly paint night with Nick.
I was painting weekly with Nick, and then summer hit. And summer hits every year.
It sure does.
And then I stopped painting because I just want to be outside. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
But I don't think I achieved this. I really don't. I have a massive backlog.
He's primed a lot.
Listen, if all my painter friends out there, you know what it's. You prime
know
and
what
prime
it's
and
like.
prime and never paint.
I would like to host a local tournament.
We did not have time.
We didn't do it. We didn't have time. This is still something I very much so want to do. I really, really, really want to do this.
Finding time to do it is.
It's finding time to do it. However, that
We've started
being said,
conversations.
We've started conversations, and we do plan on traveling. Well, that's tough because I'm like, we're going to travel less this year, but I'm not. I'm going to be traveling still. So I don't know. We're going to do it, though. Okay. Don't you worry, sweetheart.
Thing I said I would do a duo is just to host more game nights here, and we are like
Smash that one.
Smashed it out of the park.
That probably also has to do with, like, we're settled in the house now. I think that was an easy one.
Out of the park.
You
Why did I hit it that way?
You lobbed yourself an easy
Softball.
one there.
I didn't know that, though, right? We didn't know at that point. We didn't have. You know? Didn't have.
Jamie, I don't know. Mine were much harder.
I'm crushing it, basically.
My last one is to finally try and get some solo games in.
I did. I played Final Girl.
Yep.
I played Sky Tier Horde, which I loved.
Yep.
Tainted
Tainted Grail.
Grail.
Mm-hmm. Star Trek Ascendancy.
Star Trek Ascendancy. I did while you were traveling.
Yeah.
So I went from 0 to 4.
And you play Numpsters.
And Numpsters.
Mm-hmm.
I went from 0 to 5.
That feels like a win to me, Jeff.
That does.
But
feel
how
like
do
a
you
win.
feel about solo gaming?
I'll talk about it maybe in a bit.
Excitement.
So my last one, once again, I'm going to combine into 2. And we've kind of already alluded to a little bit, but I want to desperately upgrade the studio. We want to get an
50%. Okay. So
there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
We have a lot of work. So it was upgrade the studio. We have a lot of work left to do. However, we did get new camera.
Mhm.
So a secondary camera, which means that we can do better playthroughs now because we have better equipment to do it.
Yep.
We now have 2 monitors that we can use during playthroughs. I now have a Mac Mini, which allows us to stream better. We now have this amazing table, which just looks freaking great. We did put mounts on the ceiling.
Mhm.
So we have an overhead camera that's not leaning on a mic stand that is made for ants because it's so flimsy.
Mhm.
So we did that. We did put soundproofing all over the studio, although I don't think it works very good.
Get out of here.
What?
What do you mean?
It's squishy stuff on the walls.
You put a few panels up.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Jamie,
5, 6, 7,
that's not
8, 9,
nearly
10,
enough.
11, 12,
You have
13,
to cover
14,
the whole wall
15,
in
16. Well, I didn't because I ran out of Velcro. And we got new microphones.
it. It's
Can
probably
everybody put in the comments below? This is probably going to drive Jeff crazy because he listens to the comments. Do our mics sound better or worse than our old mics? Because I can't tell. And I haven't fiddled. This is the same thing as me with the stabilizer. I haven't done anything. I just put them on. So I might have to fiddle with them a bit. Anyways,
I just want to throw
stuff.
quickly. Jamie also can never be content with the way things are.
Needs to be better.
Everything needs to always be
better.
She's like a shareholder that wants more money all the time.
Yeah, I'm
It's
your worst nightmare.
You're good.
So, did we upgrade the studio? Some, yes.
Yeah, we got all this stuff in the
did.
back.
The
Rathskellers
hooked us up with these amazing shelves. So I think our background definitely looks better than it did last year at this time. Oh, there's soundproofing above us too. Anyways, there are some things that we still need.
We need to deal with the lighting.
The lighting in particular. Not that our lighting looks bad, but it's so...
Anytime we have people over, we have to basically clean out everything.
This is going to be a video inception. This is what our lighting looks like. There's 1, 2, 3. There's Jeff, just to prove that this is in real time, and there you are. This is what our situation. There's the soundproofing I was talking about.
Unbelievable.
Anyways, the lighting it takes up so much space. But I choked.
This room, our studio is not super wide. So that way is the door to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
So my issue with it is when these lights are here and the chairs are here and then there's a table right behind us, there's no room here to walk.
No.
Navigating through this room
It's like a maze.
is one of the biggest annoyances for me.
That's very true.
It is ridiculous. I'm stepping over lights. I just want to get to the point where this studio is clean. It's efficient. We can just turn lights on and
But it's hard because
film.
It's also our game room.
There's ways we can get around that, though. We can get different lighting. We can get smaller lighting and put it so that when people come over to game, we don't have to just
deconstruct everything.
Deconstruct and reconstruct everything when we go to film. It's just too much effort. We spend too much time down here to not put a little bit of money into making sure this space makes sense.
At some point, someday, we would like to build a separate studio. But that's not going to happen.
That's a future dream.
This year. Okay, so those were our 2023 goals. Do we do some? Yes. Do we do others? Definitely not.
Yeah.
But that's to be expected. So we have come prepared with some goals for this year. Jeff, would you like to start or you want me to start?
Sure, I can start.
Sure.
I think one thing we got away from in 2023 that I would like to return to in 2024 is doing more collaborations with friends. I think this is a variable that isn't just on us. I think just the people that we want to collaborate with, for the most part, are always busy. We're always busy. It's really hard to coordinate with time zones and all of these things. And then coming up with ideas that make sense for both channels is really hard. But I do miss doing the draft videos that we used to do with the Table Knots guys. Some of my favorite moments of this channel are, having those videos exist with them. I would like to do some stuff with Nick and Mike. I'd like to do some more stuff with Illy and Tyler.
Yeah.
With Sam at Lord of the Board, with Michelle and Billy. I could list and list and list and list and list. And I just want to caveat this quickly with we're going to try to do this, but like if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be super shocked because again, we're navigating a lot of variables to make that stuff happen. But it is something I want to try to do more of in 2024.
Yeah, we were able to collaborate with Table Knots, or have been able to collaborate with them a bunch on their podcast, because that has just been such an easy way for us to collaborate. But for us to do videos, it just hasn't happened. And I definitely am with you. I would like to see more of that.
Yep.
My first one is that I would like to host another 24-hour game-a-thon that is better planned out. So, not that the last one didn't go well, because it did go well. It's just we didn't plan it strategically in terms of our own sanity. For sleeping.
What games were we going to play?
What games, like scheduling people at times that make more sense, which might mean we are able to have less people on, but like, it was just a lot to manage. So for anybody that didn't know, last year we did a 24-hour game-a-thon. It was a ton of fun. We had a lot of engagement. It was awesome. We did giveaways. We did challenges. We had guests on. We played a bunch of games. Jeff was dying. It was amazing. Okay, we had a great time.
The Jeff dying part was not amazing.
It was not amazing.
Let's be clear.
But the rest of it was. So I definitely want to do that again this year. I don't know when we'll do it. We'll have to kind of look at our schedules based on my travel for work and conventions and all of that stuff.
Probably would make the most sense to do it January, February, or March.
So last year we did it in March, and I do think like beginning of March. I'll be traveling to Gamma, so it might be like mid to late March.
Because by the time we get into the summer, game over.
Game over, right. So I definitely want to do that again, but I want it to be planned better. So if we know we're doing it in March, we need to start planning now.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't have that on my list, but I want to do it again too, because like 2 reasons. 1, I was sick and didn't get to experience it, and 2, like doing it right and starting at the right time so I'm not exhausted and sick. And
we started at midnight last time, and that was stupid. Apparently everybody told us,
because I think it's really cool, and it was people loved it. People were hopping in, and it was
just a really, really fun way for us to engage with our community, because so many people came to chat and to engage with our friends and hang out and play games. Like I said it in the last video that we did, but like we got to play games with Amy and Maggie live because we were awake
when they were
during their daytime when they were awake, and that isn't something that happens a lot.
We got to play some like Ruel teaching us Karuba.
Oh my god!
Like, and now I'm obsessed with Karuba.
Yeah, we love Karuba.
The very end, we were supposed to end the night with our friends at Table Knots
because we were saving our like best friends for last.
And we were like, oh, they'll give us energy at the very end, but we were so exhausted.
And my computer wanted to blow
crashed.
Up. Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. We'll just do it right.
We just got to do it right next time. Yeah.
All right. Next up for me is painting. So, funnily enough, this is kind of interesting because Jamie recently has been watching a lot of Jamie Daggers.
If you have not, subscribe to Jamie Daggers on YouTube.
Way to steal my shout out.
Were you about to do that?
Yes.
Okay, you go. You do it.
Jamie Daggers is a wonderful painter, and she is now on YouTube. Primarily, I think, was originally on Twitch.
Yep, she's still mainly on Twitch.
Which, again, doesn't matter. Do your thing. Go see her on Twitch. Go see her on YouTube. She's an incredible painter. I've always loved her stuff. Jamie recently, has started watching Jamie Daggers' YouTube channel. And Jamie's going through a Wonderlands War tutorial for new painters. And that has invigorated Jamie to start painting again. Which, when I first started painting my painting journey, Jamie was kind of part of that. So me, her, and her brother Zach would sit down. We did it only one time, but it was
like a whole weekend.
We all sat and painted, and it was incredible. Yeah. I loved that experience. And Jamie is thinking about painting again. Well, I think she's going to because she better because we brought brushes. We're getting a bunch of stuff primed for her.
I got all my Wonderlands War stuff is getting primed.
So I think that's going to push me back into painting. However, I did paint today for like 4 or 5 hours. It's just one thing for me that when I stopped doing it, I stopped doing it for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I just need to be like, all right, every day I'm going to at least try and spend 30 minutes and maybe pump out one mini or something.
And we're bringing back paint nights with Nick.
Yeah, we are bringing
Friday
back
night paint nights.
But see, the thing with the Friday night paint nights with Nick is normally I'll end up playing a video game or something because I just don't feel like painting.
Yeah.
But anywho, the other thing with painting is like I get painter's neck
Yeah.
It's a real problem for me. I know that people would say, like, hold it up here and paint. I just can't do it. I get painter's neck. Anyway, a long way of me saying that again in 2024, I'm trying to get more painting done. And I think to set an actual goal is I'm not going to prime anything else. Whatever is currently primed or in the queue to be primed in my room, no minis that are in boxes, no anything else. Whatever is in my office right now is my goal for 2024, to get all of that painted by the end of the year. And I think I can do it.
Yeah, good goal. Okay, my next one is I want to make more silly, classic Foster the Meeple content.
And it's tough.
It's tough. And it's tough, and I'm sure many of you've noticed, like, we have been doing more paid content in the past year because it's just how the channel has progressed. The money that we get from paid content helps us to keep the channel running. However, we understand, and we feel the same way too, that the essence of Foster the Meeple is us being idiots and just being ourselves and doing silly, fun content. And so I feel like we didn't get to do as much of that this year. So I think it's going to be intentionally scheduling and
that's what I was going to say.
A lot of that stuff.
We need to, and we just had this conversation. Jamie's very good at scheduling, but the thing is, like, we have to schedule the videos that we want to schedule. Like, we're good at scheduling with publishers and being like, hey, we have these slots available. What do you want to do? But we need to be like, all right, 1, 2, 3, however many videos a month are going to be dedicated to this thing, and they are taking a slot in the schedule.
Yes.
And we can't bump it for content.
Right. It can be a little bit difficult because as the channel grows, there's more and more new people that come here that don't necessarily know us or understand who we are. And so sometimes when they come and they see the regular, like, here's a top 10 or here's a paid video or whatever, and then they see one of our silly things,
they're like, what is this?
So it's a balance. I will say this year in our comment section has been a bit of a war zone a little bit. With people who are just saying things that are unkind and a little bit
I think that's
dumb and having you think, like, why would you ever write that down?
And let's be clear, like, it's not the majority.
God, no.
But
they do stand out.
Good little disclaimer. I just want to throw out, I read and respond to every comment. So when you're being a complete asshole, you're being an asshole to me. I'm reading it. It impacts my mental health. I just want to say, if you have ever left a negative comment to someone, or just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Not worth it.
And don't come back with me like, oh, your butt hurt, blah, blah, blah. Like, just don't be an asshole. It hurts people's feelings. People read those things, and it impacts them, myself included. That being said, yes, this year, I think it's just part and parcel with the channel growing and more people seeing it, and then there's just more dingai that see it, and now these things happen. But again, just be kind to people, and if you don't want to be kind or you don't agree with people, that's okay. That's okay. Just move on. I don't care. I don't care about your opinion about me as a person. I don't care. I don't know you. I'm good. You can just move on.
So the point of, I guess, me bringing that up is just like, sometimes it can be a little bit hesitant because if we do how we do recommendation videos, they're not real. I think they're real, but they're not real. So it can cause some of those types of comments. People are like, well, this is a stupid recommendation. So anyways, all that being said, I don't want that to hinder us from doing what we love doing. And what I assume the people that are watching this video are not the people that are doing those things. So we are just planning on making more content. And my goal is to make more content of the stuff that you love from us. I guess.
And I think part of it is just like, again, I am an emotional human being. I will forever admit that.
I'm less emotional.
I need to get thicker skin for a lot of things. And understand that when we do those videos, and even when we don't do those videos and we get those negative comments, like just being like, all right, cool, man, see you later. But again, like, it's really hard to do that, especially when it's constant and it's consistent. It's hard to just constantly be like, you don't matter, you don't matter, you don't matter. You know what I mean? But
well, here's a goal then for us, and just for all of you people out there who might be inclined to do that, we will just block you, or we will hide your comments, and you won't even know that you're commenting into the ether.
Yeah.
So just know that that's a goal.
I'm going to combine these because I think they somewhat are going to be cohesive. I'm throwing out solo games again.
Solo YOLO.
I played 5 last year. I still struggle with solo games, though. I've talked to a bunch of people about this, and like normally if I want to do something alone, I'll go play a video game. Or paint. Quick caveat here, I get distracted very easily by my phone. I have a very unhealthy relationship with my phone, and I'd be the first to admit it. Happens when I'm watching movies, happens when I'm playing video games, happens when I paint, happens when I play solo games, happens all the time. A very unhealthy relationship with my phone. And my phone impacts solo games heavily because I'll be pulled out of it. So I actually have been considering figuring out a way to be like, all right, between the hours of 6 and...
Are we getting a vault?
Yes. So between the hours of 6 and 10, or, you know, from 8 p.m. till the next morning, I don't have access to my phone.
Ooh,
it goes
I'll
away.
hide it somewhere in the house. And then
I'll no, it can't be that. It can't be that because I'll just pester you until I have it.
When I'm ready to let you have it, it'll be like tweedly.
Because I know that there's things you can get, like that are timed devices that don't unlock until a certain time. And I actually feel like, I'm not alone in this. I feel like a lot of people struggle with it. Anyway, this is a long-winded way of me saying, like, I want to play solo games more, but I need to figure out the way to not distract myself with my phone. Yeah. The other flip side of that is war games. So I absolutely adore war games. I love Cuba Libre. I love the limited amount of Distant Plain I've played. I love the limited amount of Wilderness War that I've played. I have a ton of war games still to play, and I think some of those are probably going to be solo-esque games. I know some of them are for sure. Mr. President one is a solo game. I think some of the airship ones that I have, Jamie's probably not going to want to play. So those might be solo experiences for me, but the flip side of that coin is I want to play more war games. I've had this conversation with multiple people. There's ways I can play more war games, like on Rally the Troops, which is an online asynchronous, like whatever way to play war games. I just need to do it. Yeah. And I very much want to.
Okay, my next one is I want to work consistently on my game design.
I knew this was... that was my last one, by the way.
Was it?
I knew this was going to be on your list.
So I have had an idea for a game.
Don't throw it out there.
I'm not putting it out there. You friggin' idea thieves out there. I'm not letting you have this one. I've had an idea for a game for a long time. I recently just purchased...
White Box.
The White Box, which is like a tool to help new designers navigate through designing a game. And so I would like to actually take time and consistently work on it. Now, one thing that, I have now at my current job is we do Friday afternoons are for creative time. So if you have a game idea or something that you're working on, that's time that you get to work like actual dedicated time during your work week, which I think will be really good for me. And so I'm not saying that it's going to be like finished and completed by the end of the year, although that would be pretty awesome if it was. But it's my first time thinking through a game.
I think a acceptable goal for 2024 for you is to have your idea in physical form. Yeah. Whether that's just a piece of Bristol board with your idea out and rules written or something, because I think for yourself and your brother, your idea people, and you will continue having these ideas, but you won't ever actually put something on to the table. Yeah. And I think that's where you need to get to. You just need to start putting it. And I think the white box thing might help you.
I think so, for sure. So that is definitely a big goal for me. Jeff has already finished his goal, so I'll just rip through a couple of my other ones. We want to plan a better meetup for PAX, actually, and that is a goal. Like, it's not just something that we're like, oh, like, I really want to have some kind of a structure around it, like maybe renting a room, getting some food, inviting people, like planning some games and stuff like that, because our PAX meetup happens every year. Every year it gets bigger. and bigger and bigger, and we take up more and more space in the convention hall, and we just need a dedicated space because we get to chat with people, but
we don't
it's
get to
so
spend
loud
time.
and you don't really get to spend time, and like it's hard when, you know, because we've got people at a table and we've got people standing and all this stuff. So I just want it to be better, a better experience for everyone.
Yeah.
It's already a great experience, but
the struggle with that is there's financial obligations on our end to make that happen that we need to consider. But like that is definitely a valid goal we've talked about a lot.
Yeah.
We have no concept of how we make, not that how we do it, but like what that would cost, the logistics of that, you know, it's stuff we need to look into.
For sure. Money is no object, though. The other thing, and I don't know how Jeff is going to feel about this because I know we kind of differ on this, but I would love to do more playthroughs. You don't love to do playthroughs? No. I have...
Depends on the game.
Right. Yes. So, like, I have recently started a segment on Board Game Geek called Solo Mode where I do a solo playthrough. I have really been enjoying filming those and editing them. Like, I find the playthroughs are some of the funnest for me to edit, and I don't know why that is, but I would like to try and do more of that. And that might even be just more live stream playthroughs, and getting back into some kind of a consistency. Like, hey, the last Tuesday night of every month, we stream a game.
You know my reasoning as to why I don't like doing playthroughs.
Yeah, because everybody is just like, you did this wrong at this time, and you made me stupid.
Let's be clear. I don't mean to rant about this stuff, but it's a real thing you deal with on this side of the camera.
Yeah.
When you do playthroughs, it's not a how to play. We never state it's a how to play. This is a playthrough of a game. You're experiencing the game through our eyes. It's never meant to be a rules teach. It's never meant to be that. But when you do a playthrough, you will get at least 10 comments of people being like, at 4:48, you should have done this. Or, why did you do this? If you had done this, you would have won. And those things are infuriating.
Yeah, annoying.
The rules checkers are infuriating
Those are for
to
fools.
me. And I understand if it's like a game-breaking thing, but that's my struggle, is because I know that the majority of the comments are going to be people being like, you played this wrong. And I'm like, okay, it's a playthrough. It's fine.
See, the problem is that I don't read the comments.
No.
So I don't really care what you say.
I will say, I'm okay doing playthroughs on games that are more simplistic, like light medium is fine. So I'm with you. I do like playthroughs. But I think maybe when we do playthroughs, they need to be a little bit more hashed out. Like, especially when it's prototype stuff.
I don't want to do more playthroughs of prototype stuff.
Do you know what I mean, though?
I want to do, what I'm saying is I'd like to do more playthroughs of games we love. Just do a playthrough for fun.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I have other stuff, but I'm not going to get into all of it. My last one is I would like to play through our collection. Can we do it?
No, because our collection increases every week.
Can we do it? Can we get our shelf of shame down to 0?
No.
Jeff, this is what you call a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal.
Wait. I would say yes if it's every game that currently is here, and you're not including anything that's going to be purchased or coming. Because Jamie, like, it's impossible.
It's impossible, he says.
Do you want to do it as of every game we have in the house now? That is something I think we could do.
I wonder, though, because, like, if I think about it, we have almost, like, 1,000 different games.
Yes.
We only played 444 different games this year. That would be a lot.
Listen, this is your thing.
Maybe I'll take it off. But I do want...
How about a better idea is getting our shelf of shame down to a reasonable number?
What's a reasonable number?
That's
home.
Subjective. I think for us, I would say around 100.
Getting it down to 100? Mm-hmm. Do we have more than 100 on our shelf of shame?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
Let's get it down to 50.
Okay.
By the end of 2024, we will only have 50 games on our shelf of shame.
I'm calling this as a miss already.
Well, you know what, Jeff? It's called a BHAG for a reason. Big,
You know what we
hairy,
could do?
audacious goal. What?
If at the end of the year we don't do any of the games that we didn't do, we can just call the games until we get to 50.
Nah. So those are some of our resolutions for 2024. We would love to know down below, what are some goals that you have for the year? We would love to know. We would love to know those things, okay? I'd love to know them because Jeff's going to read them and I might read some. Sometimes I look at the comments.
Sometimes Jamie finds the negative ones and deletes them before I even see them.
I do, because there's no point. There's no point to them. They're just silly nonsense. That is everything that we have for you all today, though. If you're interested in board games, like any maybe that you even see behind you, or any of apparently the 900 that we have in our collection, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. For us, that is...
The Boardroom Game Cafe.
Yes, I didn't mention one of my goals is, though, to be more involved in the community, but that's on the list every year, and every year we miss it.
Yep.
So maybe if it's not on the list, we'll actually do it.
Maybe.
Who knows? Do you like snacks?
I do.
Where do people get snacks?
Munch Pack.
That's right. If you like what you see,
Please subscribe.
we hope to see you again soon, and now we say goodbye and have a happy 2024. Goodbye.
Later days.
Are we recording?
I look real tan.
Plans to
Yeah.
refinish like the whole
Why?
basement,
I don't know.
which is going to give us
Like, I want to see cult
Don't
videos.
bother.
And it's just not going to happen. It's not
Sassy
something we're
then,
interested in
sassy
doing
now.
if
I'm
we
a
get
sassy
our
boy.
games. So I'm making it a concentrated effort to play those games, get them to the table, and if however I need to do that, then I'll do it.
I didn't.
like something new, just to kind of rediscover some of our favorites. So that's going to be favorite game February, and I think it's going to help.
We
with
didn't do
this.
that. She's chasing the cat.